Bonjour, bonjour, continuous liners. How we all doing on this rainy Tuesday? I just got my beautiful cafe creme delivered to me. I'm here in the 15th arrondissement on a very rainy day, rainy, cold. I gotta wear my gloves today. Had to use my umbrella to get here. I came over here this morning because, oh my God, I picked up my sketchbook, my Paris sketchbook that never left Paris. Oh, look at, oh my God, I kind of forgot how many were in here. All my Paris sketches, right? What was the last one I did? Probably Montmartre. Where is it? Oh no, there's the canals, the Saint Martin canals. There's the Louvre. I forgot about that. There's Montmartre. There's Sacré-Cœur. Oh my God, I would have been so bummed. There's Versailles. Oh, the hitmen. There's there's the, what is that? The Hall of Mirrors, right? So I would have been very bummed if I left this sketchbook on a train. I went to Belgium, I went to Brussels, and I left my sketchbook. Here's what happened, is I put a piece of paper in there, and I said, well, on the train, I'm going to do my expenses so I can stay current with all that. My accountant would be so proud. And then I got on the train, and I was watching things, and it was just, the sun was in my eyes, so I moved seats, and that was what got me, is when I moved my seat, I forgot that I had put my sketchbook in the seat back thing, right? It's just like, in the slot. And then I get off the train in Brussels, woohoo, Belgium. My phone's not working because I got to get a whole new phone service. So then I'm dealing with my phone thing because I don't have Wi-Fi. And then it hit me. It like a chill ran through my whole being that I left my sketchbook on the Eurostar. OMG. So I just picked it up. I got back from Belgium last night. A man from Utrecht, the Netherlands, sent me an email as I was going through the 5 stages of acceptance that I had lost my Paris sketchbook. And so he sent me a message saying, hi, I found your sketchbook. I'm on the train from Brussels to Paris. I'm there for the weekend, and I want to return your sketchbook. I almost fainted, right? I'm going to start doing some continuous lines because it is because of the continuous line that I feel like I am the person who I am today. Maybe a little neurotic, but it has helped me get to where I'm at today and to be able to do the things I do and to have guardian angels looking out for me, right? So oh God, what happened to me? I'm in contact with, I forget his name because it's one of those Dutch names. I almost said funny Dutch names. Who am I to say it's a funny Dutch name? I have a funny American. It's not even an American name. I have a funny name too. So my apologies to my guardian angel. Hey, not a bad deal for a filet mignon here. 19 euros. You go over my neighborhood and it's like 40 euros. 19 euros for a filet mignon, the sauce, the mustard sauce, and mashed potatoes. Hey, not bad. I'm in this great little place. It's right next to the hotel where I picked up my sketchbook. Look at the little logo for it. It's a dog who's king. I felt like this was an appropriate place for me to do my live stream, to check in with everyone, right? So speaking with my guardian angel who had my sketchbook, he said, why don't you meet me in Brussels and I'll hand off your sketchbook to you? And I was like, perfect. But then what that meant is he wasn't getting off in Brussels. He was just passing through. And so I would have to be at the right place, the precise place, as he was traveling through Paris to hand my sketchbook off to me. And I said, I don't trust myself with that. I said, is there any chance we can leave it at your hotel? So yes, he sends me a message. Yes, I'm leaving it at the hotel, which is right next door here in the 15th arrondissement. And in my time here, I've been listening and learning, and and people, I asked, well, not I ask, I just am taking in information. Well, why would anyone go to the 15th arrondissement? And basically no one would unless you lived here, right? I mean, there's no like big things. This is where a lot of Parisians live, right? So I was excited. I came over to on the metro. No bike riding today, a little too cold and rainy. And yeah, it's a beautiful, calm, tranquilo neighborhood. Not many gringos over here like me. I'm sure there's some. But it's mostly just like, this is where Parisians live. Imagine Parisians living in Paris, right? Oh, and here comes some notes. So he left it here at the hotel, and I just picked it up, and I brought them some Bruges chocolates. I didn't get to see my guardian angel, but I will send him a little thank you care package for really, I mean, what are the chances that my sketchbook has safely come back to me intact with all my, there's probably 20 drawings in there that I did over 2 weeks in Paris, right, through my Sketch Paris workshop, and just cruising around on my own, right? So when I got to Belgium, I went to and bought a little sketchbook, right? Same paper that I use, and it was on, they had a thinner one on sale. It was like €8 for like, I think it's 12 pages, which is perfect for the weekend, right? So all is well. I was never without a sketchbook, and honestly, I always feel a little nervous when I'm without a sketchbook. But the heavens above, the skies above, the mother, father, universe above was taking care of me, looking out for me. And, you know, I have to say, my whole time here in Paris, I have spent time in Paris years ago, right? And I remember the last time I left, I was sitting, I think I was in the park in the Luxembourg, and it was November, so it was like miserable. And I was like, I am done with this town. I am done with this town. My hair is driving me crazy. And I left Paris, and I didn't come back until almost 60 years old, which is right about now, right? And I have to say, you know, I did my homework to, you know, find out how to be here now, what I need to do, who I am, who they are. A lot has changed in the world. A lot has changed for Paris. A lot has changed for Americans. I'm older. We're all older, right? Like the world has changed. Look and see what's happening, right? Like scary things are happening, right? So what am I trying to say here? I'm not saying, oh, I did my research so I knew how to be in Paris. But yeah, I did a little bit, and how to bring a group here. And I feel like that has just, it has been such an amazing experience. I mean, I can barely even put words to it. My sketchbook being recovered and returned to me is like the cake topper, right? Because my workshop went super, super, super well. I mean, I had a year to plan it, so I hope everything went well. I would hope, right? There's no guarantees, right? Because people are people and the world is the world. And sometimes things happen. I mean, the one day there was a strike and we couldn't get into the Picasso Museum, but it actually turned out really well because we did the Picasso Museum on the very last day, and it made sense. It made sense to kind of wind down our time at Picasso. Picasso, I mean, so much can be said about what an animal he was, what a monster he was. And being here, I've learned a lot more about just what kind of a monster he was in his day. He terrorized his people. He terrorized the women. He terrorized everyone. It's really so unfortunate. It seemed like that was kind of the way it was. Like the more crazy, the more psychotic an artist was, the more, well, maybe they weren't rich then, but look at him now. Not that he's long gone, right? But what am I trying to say here? I am so very grateful for my time here in Europe. I was nervous about coming here. I was nervous, like, am I worthy? Am I too old, right? That whole thing. I was in my 30s when I came here. I was totally insane. But I was in my 30s, and I was much cuter, right? Not that that's any guarantee that things are going to go well. In fact, I almost prefer being here as an older gal because, you know, I'm basically invisible, but then at the same time, I'm an artist, and so I'm invisible, visible, right? So I love it. It's like I'm a magician. It's a thing that I have been striving for. I remember after my mother's death, that was really when things really were starting to come into focus. And the guys in the kitchen are looking at me and laughing. It looks like probably because I'm talking to nobody. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares if someone's looking at me and talking about me? Who cares? Let them. Let them. Nobody cares, really. Honestly, nobody cares. They don't care. I don't care. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, my mother's death. This is very strong, by the way. It became very clear to me I had to become a magician and become a modern farmer. And I didn't even know what that meant. And I went and worked with Sonia Choquette to get really clear on that. Well, I became a modern farmer and I became a magician. But like when I was a modern farmer, I was like, oh my God, I have to learn how to grow tomatoes. No, I started making grass-fed beef and working with cattle ranches, right? And then I learned how to draw, and I'm learning how to draw. And I'm learning and practicing how to draw on location, which makes me a magician because within a matter of minutes, I can create a work of art on a piece of paper by hand with a pen or whatever my instrument is, and that is a magician. And why a person wouldn't try to use, if someone was inclined to draw right now, given what's happening in the world, I don't understand why anyone would not be spending all their time drawing. Now, I have people in my group who are spending a lot of their off time drawing, and I say bravo to them and keep up the wonderful work, because that world out there is an absolute shit show. Look at what is happening in the United States, the most embarrassing country in the world. And it is horrifying to see what's happening. I know Jimmy Kimmel is back. Hooray. But what's the next thing, right? There's going to be something else here, right? So you got to be all hands on deck with like saving yourself. All hands on deck. You can't just doom scroll. If you just start doom scrolling, you're going to get sick and die. That's pretty, maybe that's not accurate. Maybe it is, right? Because that's stuff, the doom scrolling, and we all do it, but you got to have something that gets you out of that. Because, we want to see the train wreck. We want to see the train plunge off the cliff, right? I want to see some consequences. I want to see some suffering. And right now there isn't. There's only a free pass to do everything and anything. I know Jimmy Kimmel's back, but still, there's going to be something else, right? Because there's going to be a retaliation for that, right? Anyways, don't get me started. Don't get me started, right? So, if you are inclined to be an artist and you're not being an artist right now, I'm sorry, but you're not going to make it. You're not going to get through. You're not going to be able to endure the madness that is coming our way. If you think like things are going to get better in the United States, you're fooling yourself, because it is literally only going to get worse. Predictions are the next 10 years are going to be absolute collapse. And so, do I have 10 years left in me? I don't know. I'm about to be 60. I could be dead by 70. I mean, it has happened, right? I don't know if I have 10 years in me, but whatever time I have left, I am going to spend my time being an artist, being in the places where I feel like I'm loved, supported, acknowledged, seen, visible. Not like, just more like loved, right? I want to be in the places where I am loved, and I feel like amongst my fellow artists who are doing what they can to save themselves, doing what they can to manage the madness, to manage the chaos. And the way to do that is to have tools that help you get through and to be able to detach from the madness. So my invitation to you all out there, if you're not drawing every day, why are you watching me? Well, you're probably not. But if you are watching me and you're not drawing every day, why are you watching me? I know, maybe you don't have time to draw every day. Some people apparently have other obligations outside of drawing. I used to too, but I just made it a priority. I remember somebody saying to me, how do you have time to draw every day? How do you have time to draw every day? And I said, it's a priority. It's kind of like, do you brush your teeth every day? Well, sure, I brush my teeth every day. Well, that's because it's a priority. Do you make your bed? Most days I do. Well, that's a priority most days, right? It doesn't have to be like you got either sink or swim, either draw every day. But you need to at least make the effort. Make the damn effort, because it's only going to get more psychotic out there. I'm going to get more psychotic. I'm going to do whatever I can to save myself. And I find that as I practice being an artist, it just, life feels better. Life feels, life feels better, right? Anyways, enough about me. Be an artist, because it could save your life, okay? I want to say a big shout out to Paris, and to how it has embraced me and supported me and protected me and guided me and helped me. And I'm going to cry, because it's like, it's been the most beautiful. I still have a week, but it has been such an amazing week to be here, month to be here in Paris, right? It's been hot and sunny. It's been cold and rainy. I've seen amazing museums. I've been to amazing shops. I've seen art. I've seen parks. I've seen exquisite beauty. I've seen gritty streets. I went to Belgium and got lost in Belgium, right? I've had delicious coffees in beautiful cafes on rainy days. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I couldn't be more grateful for how this is all evolving, right? And it's not over yet. And so until my dying breath, I'm going to keep doing lines, keep working on my energy to keep it in tune, supporting other artists, encouraging the artistic community that has created within Continuous Line, and I invite you to be a part of it. Me and the King La Bourse. Okay, everyone, thanks so much for being here. Keep on drawing, keep telling your stories. Continuous Line Paris is awesome. See you next time. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Bye.